modern day masculine man, take one.
Ooh, what makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't bend, I won't break, you are not me, and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch. Woo!
Yes, y'all, to the beat, y'all. I just wanted to always say that like a DJ. Family, how y'all doing tonight? I'm glad that y'all are here. Y'all can be anywhere else in the world. You can actually be doing transcendental meditation or astral projecting right now. But you here with me and Miss Carla for Ranting and Raving Wednesdays, and we talking about the living soul tonight. Mr. Lease over there on the sound check. I hope we got good sound and everything is good and ready. So as I normally do, I always ask when we get started, how your week been going on? What you got going on? What you got new going for us? What you doing? Is it been a great week? It's Wednesday. And before I do all that, Spiritual House Sage is antimicrobial, antibacterial. It just does so many things. Just research Sage. I don't even get into all that. I just know this shit right here works. And it keep me calm doing this show. Calm and smooth sailing. Go ahead. Take it over, Miss Carla.
Well, welcome, everybody. It's the coach, Carla Nicole. Welcome to Ranting and Raving tonight. Yes, this week has been great. Very, very calm, cool, and collect. Again, you know, we're always up to something, but yeah, it's been a real laid back week. What about you? How's your week going?
My week has been excellent so far. Quick, as they used to say back in church, praise report. And I'm calling a praise report and ain't nothing happened yet. I got this email out of the blue about this job offer for an autism specialist. And it's basically what I'm researching is you work with kids with autism. You know, Crystal has autism, but you get training and while you're working on the job, and as you get 1,500 hours, you get like it's called a ABA certification, like a, hey man, and I started looking up the salaries ranges, and it was like these shit started $95,000 and $120,000 a year. And I was like, are you saying I can get this certification while on the job learning? They like, yeah. I'm like, okay, let me put in an application. And the lady hit me up and she was like, I'm so glad you looked. We like your email. I mean, we like your resume. You know, we like your past job history and whatnot. And I got an interview set up for Monday. And I'm just excited because I'm like, okay, I need to learn more about autism anyway, like more.
Yeah.
To have a job where I'm actually learning about it, but becoming a specialist and getting paid at the same time. It's like setting up a career.
Right.
You know, like I said, when I looked at these jobs, I think it's called an ABA certified, board certified. And I'm like, yo, every job I typed that in, every job was like started at 100 bands. So I was like, wow, like, and that's doing something that I would love. And I learn and get the skills to work for my own child.
With your own baby, yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the real thing about it. You know, anytime you go into a new situation, because my job now, it's like candy, very easy. You know what I'm saying? And it's third shift. So I'm probably gonna hold on to it for a while I'm taking, because you have to, it's a 6-week paid course to even before you can even start working with the kids.
Right.
So it's like 6 weeks, 4 hours a day, but you get paid. So I'm gonna keep my job while I take this course, but I know I'm gonna be happy and excited and very interested and learning again, especially something that affects me so personally.
That and me, because I have my grandson. He's I call him my ham sandwich, but yes, he's also nonverbal, but very bossy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but again, like I tell you all the time, you just never know until you actually have to actually um, get involved. I guess roll your sleeves up and deal with it personally. You find out so much about that condition that their awareness, and I guess even with our living soul reading about your daughter, their awareness is so far beyond what we can even imagine. Because like
I,
my grandson, he didn't know he was going to school, but the week before school, he was walking around my house with his school bag on. I'm
mhm,
like, baby Britton, what are you doing with that school bag? And he just walked around with it, and I didn't stop him, but I
mhm,
was like, And man, he was ready for school. And it was energetic because I didn't tell him school was starting. We didn't even, do anything out of the ordinary, but he actually felt, I think personally, he felt the actual progression of school showing up.
mhm, mhm. It's amazing, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm excited about that. I'm definitely excited to learn something new. But like I said, it hits home and it hits me personally. So I'm
Yes.
definitely excited about that.
Who is the baby girl? How is she? How's she doing?
Excellent, excellent. You know, she go back to school Monday, and I'm excited because she's got a new teacher. I look forward to meeting her. Chris
Good,
has already met her.
good.
This week is Chris's week for Teachers Work Day. You know, teachers go back a week before. So
Before, yep.
Chris has been gone back. So I've been with her all day.
Okay.
And I'm by myself again. So I'm telling Chris, I said, stop leaving me at home all day with my child. Like you tried to drive me crazy. You know, it's funny. I got a quick question as a joke. You said you call them ham sandwich.
I
Now,
do.
I had a teacher when I was in the fucking 4th grade. She would always say ham sandwich for hell. So she would be like, what in the ham sandwich you doing over here? So is that why you call them ham sandwich, like hell, or I'm just curious?
No, I think it's so funny because I love ham sandwiches, but ham is not good for you. But he was like a little porky baby. Like he was just like kind of chunky when he was a baby.
Yeah.
So I just ended up calling him a ham sandwich, and ever since then I've just called him Hammy now. That's his little nickname. But he is so rotten, and he has a personality, and you're just looking at him like, you know what you're doing. Like he knows a few words, but he knows how to get what he wants. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, this has to be due to just intelligence that I think a lot of times we'll just shrug it off. But it's like, no, they're really sharp. They're sharp babies. They are.
Yeah, that's what's up. So let's get into the nice topic. What you got for us?
Okay. So tonight we are going to talk about the living soul in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. I think, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Maybe you can kind of shed a little light on what you've experienced. But just since I've been doing the living soul, just since I've been kind of being a little more attuned to paying attention to the seasons and to the elements and to the different archetypes, have you noticed just in your past that certain seasons seem to flow differently for you? Um, because I noticed for me that the fall is like go time for me, but it might not be that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
realize that when we look at our souls, we don't realize how much the actual seasons impact our day to day or even our progression in what we're trying to do. Like, for instance, you have been doing different job opportunities in the last couple of months. I don't know if you paid attention.
Yeah,
Notice
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
more job opportunities are coming in your realm. Now, I don't know if that happens every year at this time, but I'm saying sometimes we're not paying attention to the fact that actually the living soul has a whole other dynamic to it, which is the seasons also. And I
Yeah,
don't think I've talked about that part yet. So I was going to kind of touch base about it a little bit tonight.
yeah, it's funny for me because normally from like November to February, that's when shit pop for me. And it's crazy because it's like that's supposed to be like the death season, but like from November, like when it start getting cold, when it first cool off, all the way up through December, January, February, it seemed like I'm always going through a major change around those times. And it always be something that I'm kind of nervous for starting some new, but then you know what I'm saying, you know, it's just like anything new, you don't know what's going to happen, but once you get into it, you adjust and you like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
right. So what do you think? Have you ever noticed in your past, just have you noticed that sometimes since you have that knowledge of November through, what did you say, January?
yeah, November through like January, early February.
So have you noticed that you even feel differently internally? Like, do you feel sharper with what you're trying to do? Do you feel more organized? Do you feel more like you're more intentional? How do you
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
about
yeah. I definitely feel more intentional. And in my mind, you know, in noticing it, I always try to analyze myself, and I kind of feel like it be my mind scrambling and say it's getting close to the end of the year, and I need to make sure I've accomplished something or have something set up to accomplish in the beginning of the year. That's what I always told myself. Like people say spring cleaning. That's when I'll start cleaning my closet, getting rid of stuff out of my glove compartment in my car. You know what I'm saying? Going through my change drawer, getting all the change out, throwing away all those. It seemed like around that time, I'm like, okay, let me get my shit together. Either I feel like I haven't accomplished what I wanted to accomplish for the year. So it's like I'm scrambling to get my life together, or either I feel like I'm preparing for something in the new year. So around that time, I'm always like trying to reevaluate myself. You know what I'm saying? Summertime, stuff like that. Spring, I'll be on cruise control. I don't be giving a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, the reason I asked you that is because when we go back through and look at your numbers, remember you don't have any masculine in your in
Yeah.
your in your actual and in your soul analysis, you don't have any masculine. But
Yeah.
what's so deep is in the fall, you realize that actually the air element is done. There's no air element at all. So the elements we have earth, wood, we have air, water, metal, and we have fire. We have 5 elements that should be going on in the actual universe at all times.
Yeah.
But in the fall, we have 0, I'm talking about no air at all. What that tells me is you and I, we're both nurturers and soul promoters. So get this. We have a tendency to go on to getting excited about passion. So our fire elements inside of our spirits and souls gets ignited.
Yeah.
Because there's no air, we can be on fire at this time. And it can ignite. And it can help us to create our higher passions and ignite us into a different level of higher self, which is powerful because you just mentioned that in the winter season, you tend to go into a cleaning.
Yeah. And a frantic mode of getting, I call it frantic mode of like making sure shit right. It's like the end of the year, clean, because always at the end of the year, I got my own little baby savings account that, like, when my wife give me money to fuck off, I kind of put a little bit over here, and I always be saying, man, I need to do better with that. It's like that's just something that always hit me. Like when I look at that little number, I'll be like, man, I could have did better than that. You know what I'm saying? And I always be telling myself, I'm gonna save my little baby savings, and then I'm gonna do something special for my wife because she won't know because she'll think I've been and fucked all the money up, all my little change up. And every year at the end of the year, that be the thing that make me upset with myself, and that's what sparked me into this new, like, yo, let's finish the year well, or let's like I said, it's a juxtaposition between finishing the year well and making sure I'm going into the new year on point.
Okay. Now,
like I'll lose weight during the winter. Like people be like, during the winter you gain weight. Right. It's like I'll get fanatically getting up in every morning when it's cold, going outside to the gym to work out just because I'm like, I know it's hard to get up in the cold. I'm doing this shit in the cold. You know what I'm saying?
And like I told you, the passion. Didn't I just get that?
Yeah. It makes me feel better about, like, anybody can get up, and I might be lazy during the summer, but in my mind, anybody can get up on a nice, pretty day. But I'm like, man, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's cold as fuck out here, and I'm going to the gym and I'm working out, and that's what make me feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about that. I'll lose weight during the winter, and everybody else gain weight.
Right, but again, this is why I was telling you what's powerful about your numbers is we're actually able to, now that there is a clear understanding of the elements being so, I mean, you're talking about no air. So some people, I don't know if you, even if you came from a family that was of brothers. I know you mentioned your brothers before.
Yeah.
So when we sit down and we talk about it, when we were young, we had to actually learn how to cope inside the home with other humans and other souls, living souls that had other needs, right? So if you think about it, you were wanting to go, do, and be passionate during these particular months, and your siblings may not have been the same.
Yeah.
Did you see where? Can you imagine the opposing one of your? Do you have a brother that you can think of that was a polar opposite to what you were on? That now that you think about it, during those months, he was more feeling suffocated, or feeling more subdued, or not as jovial as you were at that time.
I don't know if I can think back that hard. I just know me and my older brother, we real cool now, but we just disagree with everything. You know what I'm saying? But so it will probably have to be him, but I just can't think back of being a child during the winter, how my brother reacted. I just know now I've noticed that about me as an adult. As far as a child, I don't know. I know I always liked the winter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as a child, because I would always tell my mama I would rather be cold than hot. And she would say, why? And I would be like, you can put on clothes and get under cover and get warm. Right. But you can get butt naked, but you still going to be hot.
Yes, that's
so
true.
I know I've always liked the winter more than any other season, because I'm like, and especially as I got older and being a big guy, I don't know if I'd be nervous in public, anxiety, but I'll get hot and sweat, even in the wintertime. Me and my wife been standing in the line to go to the club, and people got on coats, and I just got on a little cardigan or a little sweater or something, because a coat I know I'm gonna be hot, and I'm still hot, and I'm looking crazy in the fucking line of the club, finna go in, and it's cold outside. Everybody else shivering, and you know what I'm saying?
One of the powerful things about the living soul that I do want to make sure that I mention is that even though we have our different versions and different living soul numbers, there are certain similarities that we can pick up on when we're talking about different seasons. Now, what's deep about this is there are repulsion tendencies during this time. So what I mean by repulsion tendencies.
Yeah, I was about to say what that means, because I know what the repulse mean, but I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Well, repulsion tendencies means that there's a high inclination that overall, I'm not talking about just individuals, but overall tendencies. There can be a time where tendencies of repulsion start to be more increased during this time of the season. So right now, people will tend to push away insensitive people. There may be a highly amount of people being confrontational, and there could be a lot of people that are really rigid. So here's what's important to pay attention to, because right now we have a tendency to have more pushing going on and repulsion during the season. Because of the fact of what's going on in the elements, we have to pay attention to the fact that certain people in our we'll just say family, it could even be in our friendships, it could be just people we deal with. We'll notice that right now in this time frame, people are going to have a tendency to be a lot more rigid. They're
That's
going
crazy.
to.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good. Go ahead.
It's funny because that time of that winter time, you got to think. You got Thanksgiving, then I got my birthday, then I got Christmas,
right,
I got New Year's.
Yes,
those are 4 holidays that I tend to seclude myself. My family would be like, "Nigga, why you don't act like you want to come around for the holidays?" And I always say, "Well, I got to start my own traditions at home." But I really be trying. I be on my eating clean shit, my not drinking shit, and so I won't go to Thanksgiving. I'll have my own healthy Thanksgiving, or I won't, my birthday I don't celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
During Christmas I don't celebrate. I don't be around. I'm not gonna sit around and eat, and because I like I said, I be working out, I be fit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit around and eat and drink like that. A whole weekend straight 2-3 times.
Right.
So I tend to get more rigid myself, you know what I'm saying, which causes my family to be rigid around me.
Well, see, now remember, with your numbers, this speaks to you, because again, we talk all the time about how powerful the numbers are. This is the time where the repulsions of pushing away certain things. So the traditional things that you're not really okay with, going to cause most people that are traditional, they're going to get offended. So you already know this, so I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but anyone else that maybe seems to feel like, oh my God, right around the holidays, I have a tendency to not feel comfortable with doing all that drinking and doing all that partying and buying all that stuff, and I just want to get away from the traditions. Please pay attention to the fact that during this time, the weather is going to really put some pressure on how we are feeling in our living soul.
Yeah.
We are going to have repulsions. And if you are someone that is not really all about that traditional stuff, understand there's a reason why. You have a perfect example of that, because you just said, I don't celebrate it. So how did you come to be okay with that? How did you come to the understanding of yourself to do that without feeling like isolated or feeling some type of way about it?
It's funny because I just think it's stupid. To let somebody else tell you when you should celebrate and be happy and when you should appreciate something. I just think that's so stupid. I think it's so capitalist. When you look at every month, these motherfuckers got a reason for us to spend some money. And I ain't talking about just buying food and clothes and sustenance. It's like, I was thinking, I had read this thing in college, like university, you learn a lot of shit. I learned in college that when they first started trying to have Christmas in America, that shit was outlawed. There was like riots in the street because they didn't want to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Then the retail stores started like marketing and saying like, hey, well, Christmas, you give gifts, and it became this big capitalist thing. So I got to thinking, I'm like, damn, you got New Year's, you want me to spend all my money for New Year's party. Then February we got fucking Valentine's Day, Then
Yes.
March is the spring. We got Easter
Yes.
most of the time. Then we got Mother's Day in May, and June Father's Day, and July 4th of July. August, kids going back to school. We can need new fucking school clothes. September, Labor Day. We spending candy in October. You know what I'm saying? November, Thanksgiving. Then we got Christmas. And I'm gonna tell you something. The only holiday, ironically, that I like to celebrate is fucking Halloween. I love Halloween. I like the idea of people putting on costumes and the kids coming
Yes.
out. And you know, if you really giving out Halloween candy and you doing right, you're gonna spend $70-$80 in Halloween candy. If you're not giving out that little bullshit. If you give out them little bags of Snickers be costing $7-8 a piece, and that good shit that them kids like. So
and I think a lot of times we like it, so we like to eat it.
yeah. I just think it's dumb. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, and then now I got my wife's birthday, my anniversary, and it's funny because when I met Chris, we both will forget our own birthday. We both forget what year we was born in.
Right.
We remember our anniversary. It's a couple that got the same date as us. We have to call them every year and be like, it's our anniversary on the 5th, the 7th, or the 9th. And they be like the 7th or either the 9th. I can't even remember. So it's like we tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the same things. But yeah, I just always thought it was stupid. You know what I'm saying? I just always thought it was stupid. Even as a kid, when we would have birthday parties, I would be mad at everybody else party. I don't know if I was jealous or like, why is it they day? Or you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know. I just always thought it was dumb.
Well, what's so deep about it is outside of the fact that it's got its own, patriarchal stuff going on with it. But outside of that, what is interesting to me is when we look at your numbers and we see how much it just goes against what you're not in your living soul numbers. It shows us you don't like all that rigidity like that. That's not something that moves you. And when we look right here, it's insensitive to you. It's not something that's really moving you into saying, hey, I really enjoy this because it's something that's moving me to do on my own, in your own heart and spirit. So again, when we look at certain things, here's what else is deep. We have a tendency to notice that there's a resistance in the environments that lack emotional intelligence. So we can't look away from the fact that this will go against your actual discipline. You're highly disciplined. And so it's not going to mirror what you are and what you really enjoy in your spirit. And so we have to look at how this is not good. And let me also tell you, remember I told you earlier, there's no air during the season. This really affects you to a different degree. But again, you said you like the cold, and you told your mother that, but it matches the fact that energetically it would make sense. Because you actually need to have that wholesomeness to help you with your fire. This is why I think you're getting so many job opportunities right now. It's attracting to your actual fire in your spirit. And I think that's powerful. A lot of times we don't realize how much the actual September, you have 3 metals out of 4, and then you have your earth. I'm telling you, Javon, this is really powerful. The fact that you've been getting these job opportunities, and I didn't say anything to you until recently. I'm like, he's bringing up a lot of job opportunities in our last 3 shows. You have brought up the fact that you're being offered different job opportunities. Have you noticed that too?
Now that you say it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is always that time where I'm kind of reevaluating what I do, you know what I'm saying, to make my money, you know what I'm saying? Because I change up a lot. I get bored easy with stuff, and I'm always feel like I want to do something that's affiliated with my purpose. So just having a job, just because it's an easy job or a good job or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm thinking about starting my online church, and I want to have my morning services every day to kind of reach the people. So
Right.
my spirit is, it's like, okay, if I get off at 8 in the morning, I want to do my service at 8 in the morning. When people get up and tune in to where they start their day and get their day going, because that's where a lot of us fuck up in life. If you don't start the morning well, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? If your morning don't start well, if you don't choose to decisively start your morning well, your day is fucked. Like I always say in my Bears and Bubbles class, if you hit snooze, you fucked. Because this is what people don't understand.
Right.
If you were tired and it's 4 in the morning and then somebody called you and said your son's in an accident, you would jump the fuck up.
Right.
You would untired yourself.
If
you were tired at 4 in the morning and somebody called you and said you won a lottery, you would jump the fuck up. You would be untired no matter what.
Of course.
So when your alarm go off at 4:30, 5:36 and you hit snooze, you're and you just don't jump. Like I jumped the fuck up instantly. I set my alarm for 4:44 and jumped right the fuck up. Why? Because I feel it's like the beginning of my life, this new day. I should be just excited as if I won the lottery, or just as energetic if I was running to the hospital for something.
Right.
Because what decides when you wake up whether you are excited or not? You. And the thing about it is, when you hit that snooze button, you're saying, the way I feel, I don't even want to face the day right now.
No.
And you're automatically fucking up your day.
Yeah.
Like, because if you had something good going on, man, I'm gonna fly to Bermuda. When that alarm clock go off, you'll be like, oh shit, yes, I'm about to get on the plane. Let me get my shit. Let me make sure I got everything. You would be excited.
Right.
So that's what I feel like, knowledge and stuff like that. I want to start putting out to people, and I want to do it in the morning. So in order to do that in the morning, I know I'm going to have to reevaluate. So that's kind of why in my mind, why I'm looking at jobs or attracting different situations.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, it looks really good for you in October. It's a very high productive month for you, because this is not about predictions. This is about forecasting based upon your numbers. Mm-hmm. And what it's showing me is, because of the fact that you are high in water in October, it'll be great. It's great for your productivity. So that's what you're wanting. See, a lot of times we'll do stuff and we'll be out of our actual space that we should be in when we're trying to build on something or create something or trying to make something happen. We'll be out of season for it. And then we'll wonder, well, why isn't this happening the way I want it to happen? Why are you in the right season for it? Well, I'm telling you, October will be excellent for you to do it. So no, you're right on time. And what you said earlier was actually in perfect agreement and alignment with what I'm saying with the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely about to start aggressive church in the mornings and Sunday service and Bible study. I feel like it's my thing. Everybody got their thing that they know that they can really reach people with. Podcasting is cool, and I love it. I love sitting here talking, because I love talking. But when I'm teaching that, man, I'm in there. Well,
what's so deep about this though is that this is the math behind the universal principles.
Yeah.
So that's what's so powerful about that, and what makes it nice for us is we're able to align properly. Because a lot of times when we want certain things and we desire to do certain things, we want to have certain things, we're not necessarily in the proper alignment. So this is one of the greatest things about the living soul that helps us to make sure, well, maybe let's make sure we're doing this in the right time. Let me make sure that we can connect to what we're trying to build. You already have high fire, and this is great for your transformation. While you're trying to create the church and the online church and all of these things, you're going to be a very busy man outside of what you're already creating.
Yeah. And it's funny, like you said, the universal math. I just always remember. Quick story, so people can understand this living soul situation, because there's some people watching that don't understand like what they talking about. Universal math and rhythm and timing and synchronicity. When I was growing up, I grew up in a house 4 generations, and I slept in the bed with my grandfather. Little boy slept in the bed with my great grandfather.
Oh wow!
And he liked trains, and he gave me a train set when I was little. But in my hometown, there used to be this train that come through every morning. And if you live near a train, you can feel the earth move when a train is.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It was this sound in the morning, because the train would blow its horn from a distance, and it would be like. Yep. And then you feel the
vibration.
And you hear it. And my grandfather used to always be making a fire around that time. So my senses could feel the warm fire just warming up this cool room, but I'm still under the cover. And I would wake up to that. And when he gave me that train set, it's something about trains that I like. So I always slept to train sounds. So when I got with Chris and I moved to this side of town, there's this fucking train track. And no matter what time of the day, no matter what day of the week, I go that way. When I get to that light, cling, 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 those fucking arms would drop and that train would stop me.
Really?
And and the thing about this train depot, it's where they hook the engines up to the each car.
Right.
So they be bagging up, pulling up, bagging up, pulling up. So if you get stopped by that train, you're gonna be stuck 10 minutes. Unless you just U-turn and go back the other way. So no matter what time of the day, what day of the week, that fucking cling cling would stop me. And I used to be so fucking mad and frustrated and angry. And I would tell Chris, and I would tell my sons, and I would tell people that in the car with me. I said, if we go this way, that fucking train gonna stop me. And I would be like, I guarantee you. And they were like, yeah. And we would be pulling up and the train ain't moving. And all of a sudden, soon as I get to the light, they like, damn. So I started going live. Hey, y'all, watch this. I'm finna go over here. This fucking train gonna stop me. I would go live anytime, all different days of the week, showing that this train. And what I realized the first day that I finally said, accept this train. Some said to me, and I heard my grandfather's voice say, boy, that's your train. Accept the train. So I was like, I don't want this fucking train to stop me. And I heard it again. Accept this train. This your train. And then I realized this is synchronicity. This is pattern. This is rhythm. This is no matter what happened, this train stops me. This is the biggest symbol that I could ever use to know, boy, you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You are on time. You are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. Because this fucking train is stopping and starting for you. Now, one day when I really knew it, when it kicked in, traffic was bad that morning. School bus and an accident. And I watched, sitting there mad, like, damn, this damn train normally catch me. Now the train ain't going. It's the damn accident holding me up.
Right.
So I'm watching the fucking conductor guy sit out there, smoke on a cigar. I'm watching this motherfucker. And I'm like, look at this motherfucker smoking his cigar. He's driving this train. I said, I want this reefer or sage or anything. He
what is it?
Train director. I'm saying all this shit, just watching him enjoy his smoke, right? He on the phone enjoying his smoke. All of a sudden, the traffic started moving. So I'm still looking at the damn train guy. All of a sudden, this motherfucker dropped the cigar, hang up the phone, and start walking toward the beginning of the thing. I said, I know this motherfucker ain't finna get on here and start this motherfucking train up and stop me after all this traffic. That's exactly what he did. I watched the timing that it take for me and this train to collide every day. Now, in my mind, I started crying. I said, wow, this train could be at a depot. All it takes is one person to unload something too slow and that bitch catch me.
Right.
I watched this man say, I had enough of my cigar. I'm finna drop that bitch. He dropped it. And as I'm driving up, he hops in the fucking train. By the time I get to the fucking light, he hits the damn bell. Bling, bling, bling. And I hear this fucking train crank up. I watched this motherfucker do this. And that's what I said. This is my train. There's no way. I never thought about it like that until I said, how the fuck did I see him put his cigar out and start this train up to still catch me? And I stopped looking at it as a bad thing. I started looking at it as a good thing. So guess what I do now?
What?
Anytime I go, the train stop me. I used to U-turn when I see it. Now I sit there. And the whole time I sit there waiting on that train, I don't give a fuck if it takes. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes because they're moving back and forth.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
Yeah, no. For me, it'd be the most peaceful thought. I get my best ideas. I'll literally, if I'm sad or something going on in my life, I'll say, all right, Javon, this shit is fucking with you. Hop in your car and drive. If you see that fucking train start, you know this is what you're supposed to be going through because this train is always on time.
It's
and
symbolic.
Every time I hop in my fucking car, I can be riding up. I said, damn, I don't see the train. The train ain't going. One day, I did this shit. It was at 8:30 at night. I was trying to prove to myself that I was wrong. Right?
Right.
I swear to God, I swear to God, this on my life.
I believe.
In a way, I was trying to prove to myself I was wrong. I said, let me ride up to this fucking train. I know this fucking train ain't moving at 8:30 at night. And I was like, yeah, once I see this, I know I done made up some shit in my head.
Right.
As I'm pulling up, it's dark as hell out there. The train ain't
no train.
Nobody out there.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the light, the fucking thing malfunctioning came down. I cried like a baby. The fucking thing malfunctioning came down.
Wow. You do know that's unreal.
It's so real. If you ask my wife right now, people that take my Bears and Bubbles class, they know I have a train that moves according to my movements to let me know that I'm on time. And what I'm saying to y'all to say it all that long ass story to say, there's a rhythm. A rhythm of the universe, the seasons that happens in a cycle. And that's what this living soul shit is about. It's the mathematical numbers. It's the timing. So just listening at this stuff that she's saying, and I've seen it match up and line up, it's like, I'm convinced. You know what I'm saying?
It gets even better.
Network. It's not no psychic network. It's not no fucking predictions.
No.
It's real life. Like your life is moving in time. Your soul is moving in time and it's moving according to a mathematical number from the day you was born.
I don't know if you realize this, but you love transformation and it connects to your fire. First of all, listen, your one is a principle of vibration, which is about your attraction and repulsion. So your 3 is your principle of care, which is you're always talking about cussing and crying, but you have a principle of care, which is about intention and validation to who you are as a man. Check this out. You have a 7, which your 7 is a principle of mentalism, when it is about inquiry and execution. So remember, you ask the spirit, well, show me because I need to know, is this my train or not? You got the answer.
Yeah. It's my motherfucking train. I got a train.
Wait,
I'm gonna hop in my car one day and I'm gonna say, Miss
yes.
Carla, I'm just driving.
Yeah.
And when you see that train, you're gonna laugh like hell.
Yes. And then remember, you also have a 2 in your numbers. So that is the principle of rhythm, which is about cycles and momentum. So that is consistency and efficiency. And your numbers are 3, 1, 7, and 2. Now, check this out. You literally are talking about the number 2, and you are a soul conservator. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's going to attract to your high magnetism in the fall. This is the powerful thing about the living soul that I love about it. You just told us a full story about the vibration. You talked about the principle of vibration. And you didn't even know I had those numbers in my back pocket. I said, I'm going to bring these up tonight because I was just moved because I know how much we talk about the living soul. And it just moved me because I kept thinking about you and the fall, not knowing that I had no idea that you and the fall are in harmony like this. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then for you to bring up about the train, well, ancestral energy is also a power too. So your grandfather, they don't leave. They just always say they extend out to the eternal life. But they're still a part of our life though.
Yeah. And I say they become powerful energy.
Yeah.
It's like angels, like people say angels. I said they just powerful energy. Like it's power. Sometimes I can be doing something, I can hear my mother's voice in my head so clear. It's powerful energy. You know what I'm saying? I can hear my grandmother, certain things my grandfather said. Like people said, "Boy, I wish I would have met your grandfather," because I say it. I
talk about him all the time.
Yeah, my grandfather said, my grandfather said, my grandfather. I need to write a book or a movie or some ghetto proverbs, some country proverbs, sayings that my grandfather said that them shits just hit and they hold and they hit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't get around them. No, it's like, damn, how y'all come up with these little old school sayings that just like a hit dog holler?
Now, I do want to also mention to you too, because you are high in fire during the fall, it's really going to help you with your passion in your love affair with not just your wife, but your daughter too.
Yeah.
So when we were talking earlier about you going into doing a deeper learning with autism, that's going to help inspire your passion for your daughter. So you already have a very strong love, father-daughter love.
Yeah.
But imagine you already have that high fire anyway in your elements. So imagine that during that time frame where you're already high and again, there's no air. So your fire can just blaze.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is this. How can I say it? I guess the cool thing about it is this. I'm a learned person. If I can learn and understand something, that's all I want to do is learn and understand. Yeah. So I need this to learn this autism stuff because it makes me, like you said, even with my own child, it gives me a better way of teaching her and adjusting to her and knowing her from a professional standpoint. It's not like observatory, you know, like you say, hey, I've been working with my grandson. Like there's so many things you know from working with your grandson that you know about him. But when you sit down in a class and open a book and look at the cognition of what is autism, how does the brain work, the therapy, the applied behavioral analysis, to be able to analyze and apply certain things to where you see, okay, this is his or her patterns. Where you start to beginning to understand the science, the spirituality, everything around it.
Yes.
that's the comprehensive approach I want to have with my daughter, as opposed to just and it's nothing wrong. Every parent got to learn how to deal with their own child, whether it's autistic, Down syndrome,
it doesn't matter. Even the normal ones.
yeah, exactly. So it's just like having an understanding and being a parent to my sons. I understood some psychology behind growth and cognition and development and puberty and stuff like that. So I was able to parent not just from a reactionary, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I want to be with my daughter, you know. So I'm a teacher. So if I can learn, you know, and I love learning, but this is going to make this subject very, very, very much more interesting to me.
Well, let me ask you, since we did the living soul on Crystal, what did you get from her reading the last time we talked about Crystal? And I remember you told me something very unique that I never thought about. You said that she tastes something 3 times.
Yeah.
To let you know if she likes it or not.
Yeah.
And so was there something in the living soul that you didn't know that you are now noticing more of since you had the living soul reading with your daughter?
Well, you know, to be honest, it was difficult to certain things because she's not talking.
Right.
So certain things and being a child, it's certain things that stood out immediately, and then certain things that you said that I had to like dig for to see. You see what I'm saying?
I love it. Yes.
But eventually saw. What I got more about it from her, just honestly, is just as I interact with her and teach and do things with her, your child is a soul. Your child is something that you're responsible for, it ain't your job to make it become a doctor, make it become a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? My job is to set an environment for her to grow and thrive in. It's like, it made me really think about, and I'm gonna tell you how I think. Let me give you some game. What it brought me to being a father and responsibility and the living soul. The Bible said when God breathed his life into Adam, he became a living soul. That's what it says in the Bible.
Right.
So it's like, as a father, God breathed life into Adam and he became a living soul. He gave him responsibility. And this is an allegory, I believe, but I'm telling the story. He gave him responsibility. He saw he was lonely. Then he gave him a helpmate. Right. And in giving him this helpmate, he said, do not eat of this fruit that's in the midst of the garden. This is a tree of knowledge of good and evil. Yeah. And then once you eat from this tree, I can't let you eat from the tree of life that's everlasting life anymore. Right. So it's like every fucking tree in the garden you can eat, but don't eat of this tree in the midst of the garden.
Right.
So the allegory, you put this shit in the midst of the garden, and this is a living soul that you just breathed into.
Right.
That's like me putting some scissors on the floor and opening up all the electrical outlets for my daughter as a little girl with autism and Down syndrome, or regular, and say, now, if you shock yourself, you just dead.
Right.
So seriously, think about this.
That's powerful. That's true.
Why the fuck would God, who just breathed into Adam this living soul, set him up to fuck up his future? Just don't put the fucking tree in the garden, man.
The temptation alone.
Yeah. And then make it say, and it's bitch the one that did it and talked them into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like man follow his bitch more than he follow his God. You know what I'm saying? It's like it vilifies the woman so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes the man look weak, and it make God look like he don't give a shit about his own creation.
It didn't make sense, did it?
So it's got to be a man-made story. But it made me sit back as I watched my daughter, and I can remember being a child and watching how my family raised people. It's like you could see a child climbing up on the table, and an adult will say, "Get off that table." And if they don't get off immediately, they like, "You finna learn though." And watch the child fall and bust the goddamn head and then say, I bet your ass won't do that no more. And the child learns, but goddamn, would the child got a knot on his head, a scar on his face, a scratch for life, could have broke his neck. It's like, who facilitates a soul? That's what I'm saying. That's what I got out of it the most, because I understand the soul of me and what I got going on in me, and she got something going on in her too. And it's funny because every day at 2:00 it's nap time, and when I set her down and get ready to take a nap with her, it's so funny. I'm gonna have to film it and make just a documentary or a TikTok or something. When we lay down, the first thing she do, she attacks me. When I say attacks me, she takes her head and instantly try to bite my hand. And I'm stupid because I be rubbing it on her face, like moving. And she's just like a dog. She's just so mad that she got to lay down. She's just so angry. And then she'll lay there for a while and chill. Then all of a sudden, she'll attack again. You know what I'm saying? And it's so cute, but it's so funny. And every now and then she'll get so aggressive, she'll bite or kick too hard where I know, like, okay, your ass need to pop now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you don't need to be doing it this hard. I understand you upset, but you know what I'm saying? Or bang her head. So if I give her a pop, then she'll cry, stick a thumb in her mouth, and go straight to sleep. So it's a process. And I be sitting there saying, and I be sitting here saying, Crystal, I don't want to pop you for you to go to sleep, for you to take your nap. No. But she is gonna be angry, and her anger rises until finally it's like, okay, then you earned your damn pop now. And it's like realizing that there's an entity on the inside.
Yes, that
you know what
part.
I'm saying?
Yes,
that's the thing that I learned the most, and how we have to care for that, even our own. And that thing has a mind of its own, and it's moving through life. You know, I know I'm long-winded. I can remember talking to my great-grandfather, and I was looking in the mirror one day, and I said, Granddaddy, who is that looking back at me? Like, I knew that it was something on the inside of me. I'm literally looking dead in the mirror, and I'm like talking to myself, and I'm like, it's something in me. Who is that?
I know. I remember you saying that.
You and you, boy. That's your soul.
I remember you said that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit is crazy.
It's unreal because it's invisible.
Mm-hmm. There's an invisible you and you.
Yes.
If we both fell out dead right now on this live, something left our body, but we would be looking exactly like we look.
Right.
People will come to our funeral and be like, they look like themselves.
Right.
But something left.
Something left. Yes. That's
something
the power.
Left.
That's the power. And this is why I think it's important that it really helped me to really come to terms with it. I loved it being called the living soul, because I always wanted to have that understanding of the invisible self. But we cater to it if we really are in purpose. When we're really focused on what we're here to do while we're here, we realize that this is just real estate. This is just we're just working on this for a little bit.
It's a body. It's just something you walk around like a robot. It's like our soul is in us.
It's
like
inside.
Driving us around. You know, it's funny because when I say I'm gonna start a church, right?
Yes.
And talking about the living soul, like I just said, he breathed in the atom.
Yes. Yes.
Do you realize, and this is just some game type shit I'm ready to start teaching at my church, so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
The spirit comes from the Latin word to breathe, breath, right?
Breath, yes.
Latin is the foundation of all modern languages. Spirit. Now watch this. What kind of system do we breathe through? Our respiratory system. So look at that word spirit and breath. Now watch this. Spirit and soul coincide. So when God blew in the atom, he became alive, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now, the Bible say when Jesus died, he gave up his last breath and his spirit ascended to the heavens, right?
Right.
So what is your spirit? It's the breath that's in you, right?
Yes, of
When
course.
you die, and what leaves you? When you die, you're gonna always give your last breath,
Yes.
and it ascends to the heavens, which is the air.
Yes.
Air never disappears.
You're
So you
literally
never.
breaking down the living soul. You do realize that, right?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I've understood this and been teaching this before you ever mentioned some living soul shit to me.
I know.
So that's what I'm
But
saying.
you got my arms on the hairs on my arms standing up because I know that you know that and we haven't
That's
even
why
talked
I
about it.
fuck with this living soul shit. You see what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with it.
You
So
literally have like chills, like literally, like my whole body's like on, like I can't describe it. It's crazy. Like it's
that's
literally
why I
like
fuck with this living soul shit. And that's why I know it's time, it's the season. So peep
yes,
this, let's move forward.
yes,
When you die and you breathe your last breath, your
yes,
air
yes,
spirit goes to heaven. But
yes.
watch this. We can do the same thing God did. What do we do when we run up on somebody and they laid on the ground and they unconscious? The first thing we do is check and see if
See
they
if they're
breathing.
yes,
They spirit left their body yet, right?
yes, right.
And
Yes.
if they have breathed their last breath and they spirit left their body, guess what we can do?
We can
We
breathe it
can
in.
say,
We can
and
breathe it
blow
in. Yes.
our spirit into their
Yes.
body, pump their chest, and that motherfucker can come back to life if you catch them for their brain
Yes.
lose all the oxygen.
Yes. Right.
So your spirit is the oxygen to your brain. Man, this shit is crazy. So I want to teach people that. But it also, bottom line, I'm teaching people how the Bible is true, but how they mixed us up
Yes.
with this mythical, magical shit.
Yes.
Your spirit is the breath that's running through your body.
Yes.
And that's why, watch this.
And soul means animated principle.
Exactly. But watch this, which is so crazy. Your spirit is the breath that's in your body. But
Yeah.
when you got a lot of shit going on, good or bad, they say those are what? Good or bad spirits fucking with you.
Yes.
What you're breathing into your body. But watch this. How do you get rid of bad spirits? Exercise or exorcist. Ain't that what they do in the movies?
Yes,
When this
sir.
little girl get possessed by a spirit, they perform an
Exorcism.
exorcism on her. An
Yes,
exorcist. But watch this. This is why I work out more during the winter. When you exercise and get those spirits out of you, what are you doing? You're not doing nothing but breathing. So breathing and spiritual meditation, all that shit to go together.
Yes.
But it's something about exercising when you're breathing hard, struggling to breathe. What it does, and you keep going, it makes you stronger, and you actually get rid of. People have started exercising every day and stop drinking, stop smoking, stop fucking, stop chasing. It's so I want to teach people this shit, and the living soul is a great starting point.
Yes.
Me saying, okay, you come into my church.
Yes.
You got to get your living soul reading.
Yes.
We move from there because you understand that there's something on the inside of you that's helping you making these decisions. And like I said, your spirit is attached, your breath is attached to your brain. If your brain has oxygen, if your spirit and your brain still attached, you good. Right. Your soul is that part of you. You're really just saying with your brain, man, that shit hurt my soul, man.
Yes.
Like, wow, I'm thinking on this shit, man. This shit hurt my head. It's hard for me to put my mind around that my grandma done stole my goddamn inheritance. That shit fucked my soul up, man.
Yes.
So your brain, man, I got a whole, man, this shit is cool because like I said, it's a foundation for people even understanding you are more than you.
Yes.
And then there's a system. And now that you know that there's a system, you can hop in this car and manipulate and drive this motherfucker. You can drive your soul. And that's why we here now. on this show, we manifested each other because we understood that about our own selves before you came across the living soul. That's how we ran into the living soul.
It's undeniable. But even outside of that, just the mere fact that we're really building something that is beyond just what we're seeing right now, because it's outlandish, all of the understanding of it. It's beyond just the elements. It's beyond just the archetypes. It's beyond just those things. It's a lot, the seasons, everything. Like you say, everything's patterns. We're breathing in and out and not even thinking about it. How do you breathe in and out and not think?
And your breathing rate
thinking at the same time.
And your breathing rate changes with your level of your mind. That's why I say your soul and your spirit are attached. When you got something on your mind, the first thing that happens is your breath rate change, your pulse. You go to the doctor. They say, let's take your blood pressure. It's your heart pumping more because you're breathing a certain way. And they say, oh, that's a little high. Let's let you wait about 15 minutes or 10 minutes and just see, are you nervous? Is your soul troubled? Do you got a lot of shit on your mind, or is you really this motherfucking high? And people need to understand this stuff, and I'm so passionate about it, and that's why I say it's coming that time, it's coming that season for me to start teaching this stuff. And like I said, the living soul is a foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's your offering to yourself.
Yes.
Get your living soul read, you know.
Well, you have to, because you'll realize that when we study ourself, we start to understanding self. And like you actually brought everybody in. You brought your baby, your wife, everybody in. But what I love about it is you're studying self first. And then when you were studying you, I was studying me. We were studying everyone. And then to be able to understand self helps us to understand how to love more, how to understand, like you were telling me about Crystal. She's special, but outside of her specialty, she's also teaching you how to teach yourself, how to be more patient, how to really look at, souls are really different. We can't just base everything off of just everybody's a monolith. Souls are unique.
Yeah.
There's an intelligence that we don't know. Autism doesn't tell us everything. It's just a part of it. And when we're learning, understanding, and trying to, because with my grandson, he's nonverbal, but he knows how to say certain things when he wants certain things. He knows how to say please now and thank you. He's understanding.
I saw this guy that people always say is weird, and people always say this guy weird. He said language is a barrier.
Ooh.
He said people that are nonverbal won't let you box them in with that barrier, meaning they hear you and understand you. And he like, but they can play it like, I'm not going to let you make me think it's nap time just because you use that word. I'm not going to let you think that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to let you control what I want to do with the words that you're using, but I understand you.
Right.
And I know what to say and what to do to get what I want. But he was like, it's the ultimate level of playing dumb to get everything you want out of life. And he was like, they literally get catered to. He was like, it's the ultimate finesse.
Yes.
And people think this guy is crazy, but as I listen to him, I'm like, yo, she finessing.
You know what's so important? I love the fact that you and your wife, Chris, both said the same thing. So how did you both read that she won't eat something after 3 times?
Just watching her. She do everything the same. I'm like that. I chew my food a certain amount of times, left, right, go. Everything about me is systematic. So I watch her. If people watch me, you can see me up here doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I do it on the left, I do it on the right. If you really watch me, you can see that. So she's just painfully obvious that the things, when she sneezed 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's painfully obvious that she does everything in patterns. You know what I'm saying? If you give her to change her TV channel, she'll grab the remote out of your hand, look at you 3 times, and then she'll say, give you that shit, like change that shit. You know
I'm
what
not
I'm saying?
watching this.
So she do that's what she do. I don't give a fuck what it is. She gonna spit that shit out 3 times. That 4th time you gonna know if she like it or not. You know what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
love it because this is helping us to really grow it. And I love the fact that Crystal is really helping me to learn how to read my grandson, because I never thought about it until you and I decided to do this with Crystal. It never dawned on me. You studying everybody else. You never studied the little soul we got running around here all the time, bossing and
Mhm.
everything else, and not using any words, but he's bossy.
Mhm.
And if he wants something, he wants it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unique, like you said with your daughter, she wants certain things, so she'll do something aggressive. That's her way to tell you, no, I want it now. And you're like, no, you're taking a nap now. Whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But discipline, again, is not easy to do, but you have to, do the pop, like you said.
Yeah. And the funny thing about a pop with her is she'll yell and scream and cry.
Right.
And soon as she stops, she roll over to me and start hugging and laughing and playing. So
Yeah.
that shit come and go. That shit be gone so fast with her. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
it's Emmy Award winning is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, exactly. Like, motherfucker, you hit me, nigga. Ah. And it's like, all right, I'm ready to be your friend again.
I love it. Well, if anybody else wants to get a living soul reading, please do not hesitate. The phone number is on here. Get your living soul read. I've already had someone already get their soul read, and listen, we got another one tomorrow. So it's important to really learn about your numbers, learn about your living soul, because the more you learn about you, the more you love better, the more you're actually navigating in life better. It's important.
And the more you learn that you really need to focus on be more selfish, create time for your soul to breathe. I don't care if it's in the morning or the night. You need a certain amount of time a day that's your time. I ain't talking about watching no fucking TV because I like TV, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying, or right. I'm talking about what are you doing for yourself that don't nobody got to see this, don't nobody got to know what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for myself. Yeah. I don't mean like no spa day. Right. I mean like, what are you doing for yourself?
Yes. So and your soul.
Exactly. Appreciate you, Miss Carla.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
Y'all remember, stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Monday, me and my wife. Tuesday, me and Trav. Wednesday, me and Miss Carla. Last couple of Mondays, me and my wife ain't been going on because she's studying for this test she got to take. So she's been seriously deep into that. I'm thinking about start doing some on Thursdays, and I'm want to call it the Terrible Truth Thursdays. And I'm gonna holler at you about a flyer. I might do it tomorrow.
Because this is going on 9?
Yeah, it's some terrible truths that we need to face. And as I look at the algorithm and study what's going on, we might need to move back to 8. I got a guy that's studying my shows and studying. He was like, man, 8 o'clock is more of a, you know what I'm saying? Because we regular people, 9 o'clock, that's prime time when the best goddamn TV shows that are out come on. Like, seriously. Right. Like, when you think about it, like, we said we going at 9. I don't know why I said 9, or I don't know if you picked 9 or not, but I don't remember. Every primetime show in the world, every primetime stream show in the world comes on at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So you got to think 7 o'clock. Think about where you live at. 7 o'clock, people getting home, getting in their mode. That's when they fucking off on it. 9 o'clock, they like, let me watch my shit. I've been waiting on BMF. I've been waiting on Housewives. So it was something. We're going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And
you see, let me know so I can update everything. I just update it. However you want to.
What time zone are you in?
I'm in Eastern Standard.
Oh, so we in the same time zone. So you think about it, like if we're in the Eastern time zone, right?
Right.
Right. If we go on at 7 or 8, say for example, people are just settling down, ready to see some shit, but it ain't the prime time show.
Right.
The person that's on the West Coast, they 3 hours behind us, right? So as you go across the country, those people are getting in their car, riding home from work to listen to us. Those people didn't. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was breaking down to me. He was like, y'all got fans on the East Coast, West Coast, Central Time. So like right now at 10:19, we getting off.
Right.
People on the West Coast, it's 7:19. They just tuning in.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he was like, stop. He's like, don't look at your demographic as just for your time zone. He was like, look at your time zone and you know your time zone.
Right.
So if we know our time zone, Eastern Standard Time, you know at 9 o'clock your favorite show come on. That's just a given.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the first thing. But then 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, people then got home, got their little wine. Shit, let me check out Javon and Carla.
Right.
Come out before my goddamn football game come on. The football game come on at 9 o'clock. The basketball game.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
yes.
We'll talk.
That's why I love it, is because he's actually giving us more data. Again, we learn as we do this. That's powerful.
Exactly. But we'll talk about it, and and that's letting y'all know what's up. And I got to talk to you about X, because most of the people that watch us now, say for example, there's 56 people on, 53 of them are on X.
Wow.
So we got to do something with X. We got to create a Ranting and Raving.
Yes.
Because the people watching on, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's amazing how we just have a lot to do. It's powerful. Yes.
That's what's up.
All right.
So y'all stay tuned in, tapped in, turned on, Miss Carla. Peace. Beep, beep.